My mate rejected me publicly, and the moment he said, "I do" to another woman, something inside me shattered forever. That is when my wolf disappeared, leaving me hollow and broken. I was just 19 when I stood in the back of that great hall, watching the man destined to be mine pledge himself to someone else. But let me back up a bit. In our world, shifters are born with wolves inside them, and some of us have fated mates, a sacred bond ordained by the moon goddess herself. I first shifted at 16 under a silver moon, and that is when my wolf Mika came alive. That is also when I felt the pull, like gravity, but warmer, stronger, toward Reuben Black. Reuben wasn't just anyone. He was the son of the head warrior, the trusted right hand of our alpha, the most powerful young male in our pack, and 3 years my senior. Our eyes locked across the training field that night. It was supposed to be magical, but he looked at me, and then he looked away, just like that, like I wasn't even there. Then she walked out, Kaitlyn Powell, the alpha's daughter, beautiful, elegant, and already wrapped around Reuben's arm. They kissed, not a shy, awkward thing, but a real kiss, the kind that breaks illusions. I stood there, still half wolf, as my world cracked open. He felt our bond. I knew he did. I could see the flicker of guilt in his eyes before he buried it. I was his mate, and he didn't care, not because he couldn't, but because he wouldn't, because I wasn't good enough. I was just Elaine Rollin, a pack orphan with no title, no lineage, the charity case of Black Pine Pack, useful enough to work in the kitchens, quiet enough not to make noise. For 3 years I waited, hoped he'd come to his senses, that maybe, just maybe, he would choose me. But today was the day Reuben Black would stand beside Kaitlyn Powell and make vows that were never meant for her. I stared at my reflection in the small mirror above the basin in the servants' quarters, barely recognizing the girl staring back at me, pale skin, hollow eyes, lips pressed tight to keep from trembling. "You don't have to go," Mika had whispered weakly in my mind that morning, but I didn't have a choice, not because I wanted to, goddess, no, but because the alpha ordered the entire pack to bear witness, no exceptions, not even for the orphan girl whose soul was about to be shattered. When I stepped into the hall, it took my breath away, not because of its beauty, but because he was there. Reuben standing tall and strong at the front of the room, dressed in ceremonial black with silver embroidery, and beside him, radiant in ivory and gold, was Kaitlyn, her red curls braided with pearls, her smug smile stretching too wide. She didn't even look nervous. Why would she? She won. The crowd hushed as the alpha rose to begin the ceremony. My hands clenched into fists, and I fought to keep my breathing even. For one awful second, Reuben looked at me, and I knew he saw me. There was no flicker of recognition, no apology, only indifference. "Do you, Reuben Black, accept Kaitlyn Powell as your chosen mate, and pledge your life to hers, in strength and in soul?" The alpha asked, his voice solemn. A pause. "Please, please, goddess." "No, I do." His voice was steady. The world tilted beneath me. My knees buckled, but I didn't fall. Not yet. "And do you, Kaitlyn Powell, accept Reuben Black as your chosen mate, and pledge your life to his, in strength and in soul?" "I do," she said sweetly. The alpha lifted his hands, blessing their union with ancient words in the old tongue. And that is when it happened. Pang. It felt like I'd been shot. The bond snapped. Known moment it was there, frayed, weak, but still holding, and the next gone. Something ripped through me like a blade. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. My heart shattered in my chest, pieces crashing into my ribs like glass. Mika screamed inside me, a sound of agony so raw and wild. It stole the last of my strength. She was gone. My wolf was gone. I stumbled backward, out of the crowd, unnoticed. Everyone was watching them, applauding, cheering. The union was complete. I slipped through the doors and down the hallway, my vision blurred by tears. No one called after me. No one even noticed. The cold air hit me as I reached the back door and shoved it open. I ran past the kitchens, the garden, all the way to the edge of the woods where the servants stored empty barrels. And there, in the shadow of the celebration, I collapsed. The sob that ripped from me was not human. It wasn't wolf. It was something broken, something dying.